Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go crabbing tomorrow. And it is zipper bait bags and the semi-automatic trot line baiting systems 3-year anniversary. So a lot of these bags I've had on here for 3 years. And that's the same one I've been using for 3 years. So, I mean, I couldn't be happier with all this. Something I have picked up is, and I actually learned this watching somebody else who was baiting up with me one day. Especially, you know, these bags have caught a lot of freaking crabs. And one trick is, the second you got that thing in your hand, when you grab that zipper, you don't hesitate. You just go up with it. I mean, that solves like a lot of freaking problems. And this this bait's been in my walk-in on these lines for like 3 weeks. That don't help anything with these zippers either. You gotta take care of your lines, or at least try to. And I try. I fall short, just like, you know, I didn't unbait, even though I knew I wasn't gonna be going for a couple weeks. But yeah, and if you run into that, you know, where your line is just sitting around and it's drying out and everything, like these don't work as good dry. So, but you gotta be careful with that fresh water. You don't want to put too much on it because it's bad for the clams. I've been experimenting with either just getting a 5-gallon bucket of water from the wharf and just dumping that on the line, so I'm not using fresh water, or making my own brackish water, just adding a little bit of that special salt stuff, or maybe even just table salt. I don't know. Just a couple things I've picked up, you know, in the 3 years I've been using all this stuff. But I'm gonna go ahead and go crabbing tomorrow, and hopefully, I don't know what's gonna happen. Gonna be thunderstorms. Haven't been in a while. I know where I'm gonna crab isn't the best this time of year, or any time really, but it's like especially bad right now. And I don't feel like running all over the place, so if I get there and for some reason I can't crab where I want to crab, I'm just not going to crab. I'm just going to take the day off. Just be like, alright, whatever. So, that's where I am. Hopefully tomorrow's a good day. We'll see. Alright, 3 years, and I still haven't made any money myself, like net income, selling zipper bait bags or the semi-auto trot line baiting system. You know, it's been a lot. It wasn't easy for me to help make baiting trot lines twice as quick. It's very difficult. I want to thank everyone who works with me. I want to thank all my suppliers, and I'm talking about past, present, and future. You know, this has been, even though I haven't personally made any net income off of any of this yet, you know, it's still, it's been a huge success. Like, I've sold a lot of them. You know, that'll turn around shortly. I've made all these bags and done all these videos and everything else. I haven't made any money yet. Like, it's not easy to do what I did here. And I could not have done it without my viewers and everyone else involved directly, involved in a positive way, indirectly. Thank you. And also, just so that people know, because my first year, you know, I had a lot of freaking business and not a lot of help. And sometimes I'd get 3-4 weeks behind with the zipper bait bags. So just to let people know, right this second, I'm like 2 days behind. So, like, if you were to order right now, then your order would go out in a little bit over 48 hours. Just letting people know where I am with that. Definitely kept up much better this year than the first 2 years. In the boat, so now all I gotta do is load up the boat, take the boat down, put the boat in the water, go out to where I want to crab, and lay all my lines out. That's all I gotta do now. Yeah. And there's what the moon is looking like for all you moon crabbers. It's just a sliver. Alright, I got all my lines in the water, and one thing I do, like if I'm laying a line out and I see a little tangle go overboard, the trick I do is, like, your initial instinct is going to be to grab it and try to get that, you know, just use brute force to pop that knot loose. That's your first instinct, just grab it and hope it comes untangled. But a trick I've figured out is if you let that little tangle, you know, it's usually like 2 baits that just kind of got wrapped up. If you let that son gun go in the water for a second, what will happen is that water will lubricate the knot, and then when you grab it, the knot will usually pull right out. I don't have to worry about that too much because I usually don't have tangles, but I just did have a little one, and I don't think I've ever even talked about that in a video. Alright, first run on the first line, got 6 really nice crabs. I'm like super surprised. I'm gonna go ahead and film me running this next one. It's gonna be a different scenario than I've ever filmed before. So let me know how you guys like it. That's the way the cookie crumbles. 6 nice ones on the first one. And the second one got 1, and it's not even that great. And on that first line, I caught a pretty big peeler. I don't think it's busting out yet. If it was busting out, I'd put it in a bucket and slough it. But nice right peeler. Throw him back. Ran my third line, 1 nice crab, just like the second. This was the first one. I picked up 6 off this one the first time. Hopefully I can do that again. And always remember, in July, short crabs will no longer fly. Size increases 1/4 inch to 5 1/4. It might be 5 1/2. I know I got it marked on that call stick right. That's what matters. And I did look at it just to double check last night. Man, that's bad. I can't remember if it jumps up to, I'm pretty sure it only jumps up to 5 1/4. I don't think it jumps up to 5 1/2. I'll double check it again though. One thing you do not want to do is have undersized crabs. Ever. You don't want them nowhere near the boat. Here comes one. I do believe. Where are you at? There he is. So far it's not looking great. It's not looking horrible. The tide is, it looked like it was on its way in when I launched. But even though it looked like it was on its way in, it was still really high when I launched the boat. One coming. That's another reason, like a lot of people are concerned, that when you tie your bait bags directly to the line like I do, when they go over that roller, you know, it jiggles the line around a little bit. You know, a lot of people, you know, with good reason, they're concerned that that'll scare the crabs, make them fall off. See, the thing is, like right now, there's a crab coming. Yep. If I was losing crabs, like being as though I can tell when a crab's coming up the line, if they were dropping off, I'd know it. Because I'd see that line go down and then pop back up. It's very rare that I see that. One's coming. If they were dropping off, and sometimes they are, I know they're dropping off. I can tell. It might seem like some crazy sixth sense supernatural crap, but I mean, you do anything for long enough, you're going to start to develop some kind of sixth senses towards it. And I've been running trot lines for so freaking long. You know, I intuitively know things about it. And the more you do stuff, you know, the better you get at it. You'll intuitively know how to handle situations that once baffled you, once you do them repetitively. I don't know if that's a chain or a crab. I think it's a chain. That wasn't too horrible. What did I pick up? 4 or 5, something like that. Not too bad. Oh wow. That's 7. I still got to call through them. There's a couple shorts in there, but that's one freaking run on one line. It's like, you know, it's like 1/3 of a basket easy. So hopefully that'll keep up. That would be great. All right, just ran that second line and picked up almost 1/3 of a freaking basket. Solid quarter basket. Again, like the 2 best runs I've had all year back to back. All right, it's 6:30 and I've got my first bushel already. So that's definitely the quickest I've gotten a bushel all year. Hopefully those 2 runs weren't just flukes and it keeps up. weren't flukes. Hopefully it stays like this. I don't have any wind to contend with. That's a huge deal in this little rig. Crab just bit my foot. Got another one getting ready to. Got first bushel at 6:30. Generally getting one before 8 means you're alright. Like you'll make a little bit of money. he was probably legal. I don't keep much under 5.5. That's why I was like, is it 5.25 or 5.5? Like my thing, mid-July is you just, you know, because then you always have this little piece of twos. I just don't worry about them. I just throw them back. And this line tightened up. So that means there's some kind of tidal coefficient or something. Almost find it hard to believe that tide's still coming in, which will also make it tight. Something's going on down there. Yeah, that's way too tight. It was perfect last time. Alright, 7:30, and there's the first basket I got. I'm getting ready to go ahead and put the topper on this second basket. Not bad. It's 9:30, and I got all my gear in the boat, and I got 3 bushel in the boat. Real close to 3. I mean, they just, you know, 9 o'clock, they just cut off completely. Like what happened is, since I haven't crabbed here in a couple weeks, they just slowly trickled in here. I caught everything up, and then they just completely stopped biting. So hopefully next week I can at least get a basket or 2. But thanks for watching. If you want to like, comment, share, and subscribe.